need to stung with? Yeah.
No, fine.
Before we start, have a look at this.
Yeah, I know.
That is
You know already.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we start, I want to just give Sunita, Joey and the family and all the vendors a round of applause for making it out tonight. Great turnout. Absolutely. And of course, our guest of honour, all the way from the UK. Honour. I'm being nice.
Oh, thank you.
All the way from
I'm
the
not
UK.
used to that.
Not used to that.
That's alright, I can be nice sometimes.
Thank you.
Mr. Willie Coppen, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Glad to have you
How are
over.
you? Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, the lads had you. They just got me down to do the hard part.
Said got you home from your holiday early.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, no, nothing would have got that. But as I said, the guest of honour.
Thank you.
So we might as well jump straight in then.
Okay.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in the business?
Okay. My name's Willie. I have the most common form of dwarfism, which is chondroplasia. I think that's a long word. Some of the others are not. It's a genetic condition. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that okay now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to start again?
Yeah. Willie, a bit older than I should be. Or I'd like to admit. I have chondroplasia dwarfism, which is a genetic condition. It's just happened at the time of conception.
That's it, it's genetic.
Yes, yeah. Most still friends with dwarfism. And as I said, some of them have very, very long names.
So every medical things have long names.
So if you look at the condition, White Davis has got SED. You like it says SED because it's very different words.
And you see another famous actor, there's your Slab, more Davis there.
Yeah, yeah.
Little name drop.
Yeah. I've known Warwick for years, since Jedi, and bump into each other every now and again. And at Christmas, I'm working with his sister-in-law, or Sammy's sister.
Nice.
Yeah.
So obviously, we'll jump in. So obviously, you were born where you are.
Yeah.
In an industry where it'll probably be tougher being.
Well, it is tough. I've got a couple of projects to go. But since pantomime at Christmas, there's been few self-tapes for auditions. That's as far as it's gone.
Yeah. Obviously, pantomime is one. We were about 18.
I was 18, working in a car spare shop on the outskirts of Derby, and apparently they've given an appeal on the commercial radio station in Nottingham, which is about 15 miles away. Customer heard it, phoned me up. Well, these are people like you for Star Wars. So I phoned the agent, spoke to him, went over to see him that evening. Dad had to take me over to the car. I didn't try. And he arranged for me to go down to the studios a week or two later. Went down, told us this person, and they took me straight to costume and started measuring me up. They had the tape measure around me and said, from what they were saying, so I said, excuse me, have I actually got Parkinson's? Yeah.
You did now.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's how I got to the Jedi.
They didn't even take you to dinner before they measured you up.
No. I think we have to get that ourselves.
So obviously you get cast in what a lot of people preside as one of the best trilogies of films of all time.
Yeah,
the original Star Wars trilogy. You got cast in Return of the Jedi, which is actually my favourite one.
Thank you.
And it was the first one I seen actually.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen Empire Strikes Back or Star Wars. Saw Empire Strikes Back for the first time in the studios on the evening of the first day of filming. If I'd known about it, I would have seen Star Wars the night before. Nobody had told us.
So you hadn't even seen it in Hollywood, that's it?
No.
Oh. Yeah, that's an introduction way to get into
Yeah, I mean, obviously I knew Star Wars was big,
yeah.
and Empire Strikes Back was big, but I think myself and all my friends were, oh, this is big, we're not seeing that.
Yeah.
We're a bit rebel.
Oh, it's one of them kind of ones, is it? Where you're going, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
big movie. Oh wait.
Yeah.
I've been quite growing up. I didn't bother to go and see a lot of the videos. But to be cast in Star Wars, which was the sort of what the kind of big double.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in
Must
those,
have been amazing.
in those days, you could tell people what you were doing. I mean, I went, my bosses at the time got the local paper involved, and there's a picture of me in the local paper with an article saying I'm going to be in Star Wars. A friend of the Republican at the paper club was a news reporter, so he came to film me on Christmas Eve. Unfortunately, we couldn't use it because there's some industrial action. We couldn't use the equipment they used on the news. But they had me walking out the shop, going down to the bus stop or whatever it was, with all the girls in the pub, or the man was, this is a different pub to a local. Why did they do Willie?
Must be something big.
Yes.
It wasn't ordered.
No,
It was fine.
I can tell you a story off mic about that.
We'll talk about that also.
Yeah.
Obviously, as I said, it's big. It was at the time probably the biggest trilogy.
Yes, yeah.
And for a long time, I think we get it to be there at some stage. But yeah, as I said, Return of the Jedi was my favourite one.
Thank you.
I actually had a collection of Ewoks.
Right, yeah.
Little small figures, and then little teddies, which I then replaced with minions.
Yeah. Well, somebody from the shop went over to America just after the film came out. She came back with a pencil with an Ewok head on it. I still got the Ewok head at home.
You still have it?
Yeah.
Was it a little rubber or was it a plastic one?
It was a plastic head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cost a pencil years ago, but it's still got the head.
So I mean, I'm sure they fit on the books.
Yes.
So that was 1981, 1982, comes back down L Street Studio.
Yes, yeah. We're January 82, started filming. I mean, it's the first, after 2 weeks on set, it's the first 2 weeks of the whole film. So we're inside the studio, everything panning on, and at the bottom we have pajamas as a liner. Lunchtime, just took them off and went like that, and then we sweat down.
I was going to say, it must have been warm.
It was. There was a few of us that have taken overheated, including me. I mean, I can't remember now whether I've had too many the night before.
No, we won't say that.
But I remember saying to somebody, I don't feel too good. Next thing I knew, I was on the other side of the set, taking my costume off me, and Harrison Ford was holding a fan to pull me down.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not as if you were just doing scenes as well without the main cast in it.
No. Harrison and Mark were very involved with us. Unfortunately for Carrie Fisher, found out later when she pulled out the biography, because at the time of the drug problem, so she was going off. She got other things unfortunately on her mind. But Mark Hamill, if we were all in a room like this, he'd walk by, he'd come in and talk to us.
Yeah.
I was on set behind the cameras one day and he talked about personal things.
I was actually watching a video with my camera there where he came out to, you know, the actor Adam Scott. Adam Scott apparently sent him a message when he was at 3 to his birthday party.
Yeah.
I think it was Jimmy Kimmel or something. And he brought Mark Hamill out. I think he's a big Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
So it seems like a real down there.
Oh, he is, yeah. I have heard stories recently where he's been a bit awkward about autographs. I mean, he must be getting loads of press. And I have seen devices where that'd be nice to get part of that.
That's a different kettle of fish.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So what was it like on Planet Indoor?
It was brilliant. We're inside the studio. We had the old-fashioned, really hot studio lights. They're not LEDs like nowadays.
Not quite as hot as one season.
They're a lot hotter. And I mean, each building, the lights were a lot hotter than each building there. They're combined. So yeah, which obviously made us sweat. Our eyes kept steaming up. So probably about the height of this room here, up in the air. Eyes steaming up so you can see where you're going. Rough terrain, wearing fur and real fires.
Real fire,
yes. I mean, Brian, one of the Ewoks, he saw one person's leg catch the fire with the fur, and then had to quickly dousing down. But they weren't very good with us. Every 10 minutes, heads off, glucose tablets, water.
Safety is key.
Yes, they were very helped, very good. And as I said, it was very, very hot. Then we came out, got much snow on the ground. So much snow that all the traffic was going really slow, even on main roads. Yeah. Yeah, I got photo at home from the albums of Warwick and his sister and his mum. And obviously, he came on as in a Reebok like himself, with a few little teenage cheeky things like that. He did actually look into what he survived. And things like that I thought George would survive. So, we took it over to America. The story I heard earlier 2 years ago was Kenny Baker was supposed to do the scene at Wicket where he walks up to find Princess Leia on the lawn. But Kenny wasn't feeling too good that day. And Chris then carried it to the virtual Iron Ambulance in the field of miles away. This is filming the next day. So they had to do it that day. So someone said, Chuck Warwick in the costume, the rest of yeah.
But watching that Star Wars and that jungle scene in the north, it just looked far superior to what most films have ever done.
Oh yes, I mean, as I was saying, we had 2 weeks in the studios. Yeah, we were about this high in the studio, and we had rough terrain. The Americans had 6 weeks on the ground in the forest, the sticks to trip over. Yeah, lots of that.
Which would you prefer?
6 weeks. I don't think my bosses would have allowed me to have 6 weeks off.
Maybe not. But it might have been nice because they would have got some publicity.
Well, at the time I thought, oh, how mean of them. Near the end of the 2 weeks we had on in the village, they asked if anyone could stay on to do the Jawas. So I phoned my boss up in the evening and said, sorry, we need to come back. So I couldn't stay on to do the Jawas. Now, being more older and mature, I think, right, if they'd allowed me to have that extra time off, they'd have to let the others off. But everybody else in the company was, oh, that's a shame. They'd have been happy for me to.
Oh, yeah. They're taking a day out of the next show that they're not there to do.
They wouldn't have said that much anyway.
Well, that's for something else that we talk about.
Yeah.
But obviously, your boss was fairly accommodating, let you go for 2 weeks.
Yes.
And eventually seeing Hollywood factors.
Yeah.
It wasn't potentially real.
Well, yeah. The really obviously the new ones.
Yeah. With the name Star Wars, it's always going to make them.
Yes.
Obvious.
Yeah.
And for them as well, having people say that my employee was in Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I was in the paper, Willie Coppen worked with one of those stairs.
Did many people come to see you in work from that?
Not particularly, that I remember, but I do remember a couple of days after we'd been in the paper, I was walking down to my local pub, which I did. This car passed me and stopped a few girls up the road and turned around. Well, that's strange. And they came back down, stopped behind me. You're going to be in Star Wars, have your autograph?
Yes.
Okay.
First autograph?
Yeah, first autograph. Yeah.
It's quite good to remember the first one. Not often someone says,
That's true. I was going to say to you, like, perhaps I'll
drive by.
Right.
Yeah, so obviously Star Wars goes on to be a major success.
Yeah.
Then the following year, you end up being another absolute cracking movie.
Yeah.
It was filmed in Germany.
Yeah, we flew out from Munich at the time. It's the first time I've been abroad. First time I've been on a plane.
How was that for you?
It was great. It's the times when you get the old-fashioned, you're probably too young to remember. You had a 1-year passport, which was on a card. You just folded this card out. So I had to get that. People up there said, tell us your first flight, we might get you to the cockpit. So I said to crew, it's our first flight, can you go to the cockpit? So they got me and Brian, who is on the picture down there next to me. We went up and was there standing talking to the pilot, the co-pilot, and the plane bang. beautiful clear day, and seeing the earth go like that is so strange, and feeling the G-force on your minor G-force on your legs. Wow, we obviously can't go to the cockpit now.
Yeah.
But then you could, but then you could, then landed in Germany, I think we went straight to the studios, then back to the hotel.
Were you in Germany for long?
1 week. Yeah, around about 1 week, yeah. So,
It's another film while I was growing up. I used to have a video but I recently showed it to my two kids for the first time. All going great.
until the,
8 tracks guys.
yes,
The young fella was not happy.
no,
The worst bit was, towards the end when the wolf was out and Martin's out.
yeah.
And the one very unhappy small child
Yeah.
went around.
I had a very unhappy nephew when I took him to see it, and he was happy once I brought him an ice cream afterwards. Yeah.
I had to give her sweets.
Yeah,
But the tears started flowing when he came out of that cave.
yeah, yeah,
It wasn't good.
No.
But I never ever thought it was going to be a massive success.
yeah, yeah,
And obviously, you could then say, I knew it was in Star Wars, it was in America. So
yeah,
I think I'm right in terms of film or funding that Return of the Jedi was the third biggest movie in the year.
probably,
That year.
yeah.
And I think Never Ending Story was the 5th.
Yes, I mean, Ghostbusters was out at the time. My nephew had been to Ghostbusters, he wasn't too happy with it. The sister took him, another one of his aunties. Then I phoned him up, do you want to see Never Ending Story? And then 2 minutes later, there was an advert on telly. Phoned me straight away. Yes, please.
I'll be here.
Yeah. Yeah, my oldest nephew was only 5 or 6 at the time.
See, I wouldn't say that's a major overreach for kids now.
No,
But the creation and the effects of the movie were just off
yeah,
the
yeah.
charts.
I mean, the difference between when we're doing Never Ending Story and now is on Never Ending Story, between takes, we go out and sit outside the studio.
Yeah.
And at the Bavaria Film Studio, I did many tours. So it was on the trains, the people going around on these trains. This is very good, this one, this is very good. So we were on this old bit of set out, just been dumped there, just sitting down, sunbathing. And we go, hello!
I mean, some of the characters in that movie were off the charts, like the big off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I was lucky. I mean, I had this like Monks Road, and then sheepskin fur, a rubber bottom in my head with a hole. That's how I described it. Brian, he had this massive polystyrene mushroom, which you can just see behind me on the photos down there. So, when we arrived there, it was the same studios as we had Willie Coppen.
Oh, yes, very much that recently.
Yeah, and one of the lads had been with me, so I know Major, so we're sitting there, in costume, being measured up, and this guy comes in, and so Alan starts talking to him, and he was in Germany. This guy is in German, and speaks to somebody else in perfect American. He's an American. Yeah. So Albert was trying to show off. But there was one night we went to the way continental bars were, where you have your drink and they pay at the end.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, we went in, had a few drinks in this cabaret bar, and there's people, cabaret artists dancing with a skirt made of bananas. End of the evening, we went back to the hotel. A couple of days later, one of the other lads, or 2 of the lads go into the bar. They come rushing up. You owe us from the other night. Joe, played what they're on about. So, don't understand you. Go get somebody who speaks English. So they went, Joe went to the other one. Went,
the dog.
yeah.
So, let's just throw this out there. Did you pay them?
I wasn't there.
It's a question. Big 50.
Well, we just walked out forgetting to pay.
After a few months.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you get too embarrassed. It's went for no breath.
Yeah, well, there's something about Jerry as well. It's not exactly weed.
No, and you have the steins, which are
They're very heavy.
liter.
Yeah.
Big liter. That's,
They're great. Yeah.
yes.
So, did you guys go to the premiere of Never Ending Story?
No, there's no invites or anything for Never Ending Story. On Jedi, we're all invited to previews. So went to the preview at Golden Marble Arch. The letter meant hinted towards Indiana Jones earlier. We got the letter saying, if you want to come to Birmingham, please, the preview, please let us know as soon as possible. It's a Saturday, so we're working on Indiana Jones at the moment. So all the cast crew from that who have had some involvement in Jedi, who have first priority. So, yeah, it was nice to go there with them. The other good thing about Jedi was most of us is the first time we ever met about the people who were saying hi to us. So we're able to talk about things that we thought were personal to us. Oh yes, same for you.
So working obviously with other people, I don't know what the right terminology for autism.
Yeah, people with autism or persons with growth.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to be careful. Some people are sensitive. There are some words that you won't use. But you won't use some words for certain ethnic minorities.
Yeah. There's derogatory terms.
Yes. Yeah.
But within that, obviously you got to work with people of similar stature and size as yourself in Jedi. But you then move on to Willow.
Yes.
Which was Disney as well.
Yeah. Yes. There's now at least 5 or 6 grandchildren born from people who met on Willow.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. We did about a week's work at Elstree Studios in the village centre, and then we went up on location at a place called Rocky Hall in Hertfordshire, and the village was on a slope like that, and then there was lots of rain. So we were having to run up and down on the scenes where the dogs were coming in and chasing us, and those were ferocious dogs. Yeah. So we were all worried about slipping over and everything, but we had a lot of good fun on that. Getting up at 5 in the morning, 5:30. Yeah.
You were great, you were a massive success as well.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
I mean, the CV reads quite well, even off those 3 movies.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. There's been other movies which a couple of them have been very hard, very okay. So you've got to specialise if you like opera or if you like Oscar Wilde.
Don't get me wrong, there's movies that will always appeal to everybody, and then there's movies that are kind of directed to a certain
Oh yeah.
Like could be for I'm a horror fan for horror all day, every day.
Yeah.
But mine isn't that. So you like watch certain types.
Yeah.
So you can understand the direction of some movies take.
Yeah.
Right. But Willow was one of them Never Ending Story. They're all kind of family movies.
Yes. Yeah.
So we tried to watch it with the young fella this year, started last year, this year we started watching them.
Yes. Well, on Jedi, I watched, leave it at the very end, watch the credits and see my name.
Yeah, he was a little jealous when I was coming down when I told him.
Yeah.
And he was like, can I go? And I was like, you can go, but you have to stand around all day.
Yeah.
He gets bored quickly.
Yeah. Well, it's not so much fun being here as well as being on holiday.
Yeah, that ends.
Yeah.
You went on from Never Ending Story, but you then cast for the BBC.
Yeah.
For 2008.
Yeah. In the early 90s, it was a TV series running for 3 years. Doing all the Chronicles of Narnia, Lion and the Witch, Tales of the Dawn Treader, Caspian. I wasn't the first one, but I was one of the ones. once I had to go for it because I was playing a lot of athletics, with the face. I had to go for the BBC to have a full head cast. So there's the alginated down to the tubes, from here upwards, then plaster of Paris, rock solid, so you're there. In those days you did use straws, you don't now use straws, you don't use straws. But anyway, so I was sat there on this chair, like this, upright, plastered from here upwards. Couldn't do much. And they said, oh, we're going for dinner now. I put my hands up, or one hand up, with some digits on the fingers bent down.
I'd like some dinner.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't say anything.
I was locked up.
I was completely locked up, couldn't move.
Oh, so you get the one finger thing.
Double that. But they knew I was
yeah, how long did you get eaten for?
no, they actually stayed in the room. I don't think that was safe for them about Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you what though, I'd say that has happened to people.
They wouldn't leave the room.
Not leave the room for them to stop and have something to eat.
It takes 10 minutes, yeah. It takes 10 minutes for it to set. Yeah. Then went to North Wales to filming and did 9 shoots from that. And had arrived, got there early, got to the hotel early, walked around to the location. The lad said, oh right, got to the base. He said, right, we'll take you down to the location. So I was taking it on. So it's in this old quarry. Went to the base, slid down like that, down the road. Right, take the driving again. So I knew what it's like. From that evening, we all got in this Land Rover, driving along, and it did feel as like off the edge of the cliff. Alan wanted to go like, but we had fun there.
I mean, on Feather.
Yeah, it's one of the big old Land Rovers, yeah.
Solid as a rock.
Yes.
I actually did how many TV shows.
Yeah, but as I said, it's so long ago. There's only people my age who remember it.
Yeah. I was born in the 1990s, so mine was just before mine.
Yeah.
I had the
Still wearing that.
I had the hair there, so maybe in the films.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would be a big reader. So.
Yeah. It has been a couple of films. Following on the yeah. I think more than that. I believe there may be a film coming being made soon. Yes. Yeah. Fingers crossed.
We'll hang on.
Yeah.
You take a break for a while from acting then.
Yeah. Wife, kids, mortgage.
You got to be a normal person.
Yeah, has to be a normal person. Settling down. Still got life, thankfully.
She hasn't got really yet.
Sorry?
She hasn't got really yet.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, then about 6 years ago, I had football came back into the business. Financially, it's not been really mentally, it's been really not bad. So.
You have to believe in yourself.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
If you don't believe in yourself, no one's going to do it for you.
True, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. So, yeah, I've done a couple of films, including obviously the most controversial film of recent times.
I have it right down here. It's always a good time. You got 5 years to go out to yourself.
Yes, it was below. Sorry, down in South Wales, just after COVID. People were being very, very strict. And we had a great time. People being down, no ventilation, so if anybody had got the virus, we had a huddle night. And then came back upstairs, went to the front of the hotel, went to the bar, and the guys were saying, sit to the table, please. Yeah, we had 200 people downstairs. There were some people that, I noticed that. But it's to the point now where you're let us know everybody else. Oh, yeah.
That's sort of a different thing.
Yes.
For me, that was a TV show one of people read it, but I really enjoy it. Oh, I really
I don't think go down too well. I watched the first episode before. I personally thought the story was going
it's dragged on.
yeah, they could have speeded it up.
I quite enjoy the show overall.
Yeah.
Well, once again, it's probably not.
Yeah.
But I enjoy the show.
It's the top one. Yeah. Yeah, it's only on there for a few months.
Well, look, I hope I obviously, I was a big fan of that. So that came out.
Yeah.
But it seems to be a lot like now where they're making shows and films.
Yeah.
That probably aren't needed.
Sure.
But people are enjoying it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you mentioned ill-fated. By one person's design, an ill-fated movie.
I think that person, I think some of the ruptures he said was meant in the right way, but came out the wrong way. Getting it right, but it's more like, what any of the creative process is not. I don't know if you can do that. But nowadays, many ladies tend to do the same thing.
I do get that. You're remaking, if you do a live action version, we've seen the kick-ass version of Snow White and Kristen Stewart in Snow White and Husband.
Yeah.
Where she has nearly got the second hand to her career. In my opinion, that's what she's done. Yeah, but I don't think anyone else has.
No, I know you want to do the film after that. So,
Disney program.
yeah. I mean, obviously, I can't remember the name. Yeah. But her who one side of the guy. Yeah.
That's political opinions.
No. It's not to say what you do, and it's not to vote.
I mean, that was fine, but it's more so, I think even about slamming the whole
Yes.
and then the already past, already made everything to streams. Sorry, who gets it? Nobody. But you got to be in it. So I wanted to ask your opinion on something, right? It might be a bit controversial. How did you feel with the casting or the CGI of the 70 watts rather than the actors?
I was disappointed that we didn't use actors. And I think it would have been better. I hadn't fully clicked exactly how it's going to be at the time. But I did think, this is good. In the village scenes, which is where I am, they were using a lot of people walking around. So I was thinking, they're showing the community rather than this lot have been pushing off into the woods. But then when the film came out, you hardly saw, there was a lot of people in the village dancing around, which I was there. But you couldn't actually really tell whether it's small or
I do think that we've seen recently, obviously, with The Hobbit, with the use taller actors and CGI in the film. Then you go see Willie Coppen in the movie Steve Grant as Young Columbus. I was more of the one I would find like, why don't you use people that are outside and do it properly? I think there is a certain water that come out and spoke about that. That's kind of one of the reasons why I won't name names.
American guy. I've not met him yet. George Messenger was his son.
There was comments that he's kind of changed.
There was a lot of films where, let's just have a walk in this. And it has been films like you said, where more characters had advertised people.
Like James Nesbitt in The Hobbit was one of the Hobbits. You are in Grant, whichever one it is.
I believe there's Abundance film coming out. There is Average Heart People.
Great.
Yeah.
Another remake. But obviously, apart from the films, you're an active member or family member of the World Sports.
Maybe it is actually just one bit.
Do you want to touch on that?
Back in 93,
What's that?
yeah, we got married in 93.
Yeah, we did.
I was two.
Yeah. Well, just before we got married, there'd been a World War Games in America, in Denver. First ever World War Games. That came about because Americans had started up the War Atlantic session. It's their 10th anniversary, so they sat down and invite more various people around the world. The UK sent out about 10 athletes. They came back, yes! Then keep off. We sorted that over here. Listen, back to my honeymoon. Went to a convention for the Road Association. There was a meeting, and I thought, oh yeah, sure, there'll be a group of people on the stage, and people listening to them down there. They walked in and walked straight into the cricket. Then, yeah, so then went national games, and so reinvigorated my interest in sport. And brought me in contact with new sports I'd never heard of before.
How long ago was that? Was the first one Star Wars? That's the original first Star Wars.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
We had
That's Star Wars. That's the Brain thing. That's Never Ending Story. Willow, Never Ending Story and Star Wars.
Yeah.
when 12 came out.
Have you been busy today? Not really. I know. I think actually I might go actually on the month. I'm thinking of advertising.
Various
Look, I know my.
we're all chanting various.
Where's the baby? Can you see?
Yeah, I might go on the 111 page and just say, what time is it open?
5.
All we heard is there's a
Yeah, 5 o'clock.
That's what we heard.
Yeah, advertise it before we could.
Yeah,
And then we saw their faces drop.
We're here till 5.
You're not cheating in X-Force.
This happened to come in here.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Well, we perform
Yeah, I'm going to post something up.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you. Thank
obviously
you.
Ellie Simmons. She's over there. There's Ellie's mum actually. They released a lift to do some metal. And then 8 months later when we got engaged, they were having a garden party. We announced it to all our friends there, we got engaged. So yeah, Ellie and her family have a lot to do with it. I've got a lot of special connections for us. Then and Nicole Turner, who's the Irish Paralympian, she started with the Horse Sports Association as well.
It's a hell of a way to go. Obviously, I did the duel 6 of them, so you take the medals.
Yeah, won medals in swimming and shooting. And watching the like relay, played indoors. It's run by the Cerebral Palsy Association. And if you see them doing it, it's amazing. So there's people who all twisted off cerebral palsy, and you just roll the board, and it's perfect. There, it goes there.
When you've got 5 minutes, why not?
Oh yeah.
It's not that they haven't been tired, it's
They've worked a lot harder in some cases. It overcomes the individuals, the psychology, brings them out of themselves. It's not just I'm competing, it's I can do this. It's like
done that way. So you've obviously brought home medals in the hall.
Yes.
So I'd say it's a whole right now.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant. Coming home, we've done this, we've done that.
How many medals have you came home with? That good, eh?
Well, we do respect with various categories, so I might be competing with 6 or 7 other people. A couple of them will be in categories because they're a lot smaller than me. Well, not just one, might be people in category 1. They won't be able to swim as fast as Willie. Their arms aren't long or their legs aren't so long. So it's all
He's like Willie's a 3, I'm a 2.
yeah.
Even though we've got the same condition, we're different heights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the height difference in a lower category than me. Or not, a different category.
Not a lower, no.
Yeah.
Also, just off that then, in terms of mentioning swimming, I've seen recently on Facebook that you
Yeah, every year for the last few years I've been competing, raising money for the association by doing the 1 hour swim challenge, the national marathon, so I've been doing 70 on 4 states in the hour.
70.
70, yeah.
And you do 6.
Yeah. I looked at the records the other day and thought, 3 years ago, 78, now I'm down to 70. But I do some
Get back to work.
yes, yeah. I go swimming 3 or 4 times a week. Very lucky.
You're right.
But I was telling my nephew Josh about. So is that your partner?
Yeah, my husband.
Your husband. Yeah. So, you see, that's him in the. He was in Star Wars. Yeah.
Them two are actually in the dressing room, and these were taken legal. No one, not allowed to take in, not allowed to take your photo.
Yeah.
Photo. And at that stage, there was no like social media, no phones,
Right.
or proper cameras. So if he got,
Was all top
got
secret?
caught, he would have had it taken away from him. So we found out these a lot long after the film. So
Yeah.
we contacted Will and said, I've got something that you might be interested in. And he said, no, that's inside this, in the dressing room, get ready.
Yeah.
That's some of the ones that are left. There's only 2 left.
Yeah.
The other 2 are died. That's on set. That's in the costume apartment of the bedroom.
Wow.
Then you've got scenes here. That is
Yeah.
And then over here you've got the never-ending story.
Yeah.
And then you've got the first Willow. Because they brought
That's Willow.
They brought the first Willow out. And then the second Willow they brought out 3 years ago with the TV series.
Okay.
On Sky. But it's no longer next to it. Did last very long. But that was the first Willow film.
So do you travel all over the world then?
I don't. Well, I've only just got into the business
Right.
because I didn't know when any of this.
Right.
We met in 1990 and this was done in 80. 77 was the
first
one.
Yeah.
And then these varies. And then obviously this came out in 83.
Wow.
82, 83.
He's quite famous as well, this lad here, isn't
No, that's not who you think it is.
Is it not?
No.
You're kidding me.
People think that's
From here it looks like him.
No, it's not Peter. That's a guy called Brian Wheeler, that is.
Right.
No, everybody thinks it's Peter Drinker.
That's exactly what I thought he was.
Everybody does, but it's not.
Right.
I've never met him, but my son who's in the business,
Yeah.
he's met him, so he's an okay guy.
Right.
So yeah, so now I've got into the business. I did Pantos with Will.
Yeah.
And I did my first film last year, and it came out
Brilliant.
this year. And we've got a couple of projects we're working on which you can't say.
Right.
So I'm getting into it, but it's a totally different ball game than it was then. Because even now when you go turn up at the studio at 5:30 in the morning, you'll be there and you have to give your phones in, so there's no
You
contact.
can, no, but look at, like, for example, as you said, look at that affair on Coldplay concert.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, I feel really bad for him. I know it was horrible what he did.
Yeah.
But I think there's a line as well that he is
Yeah.
a citizen,
Yeah.
and like the whole world is laughing at him. It's like
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
of nightmares.
The amount of different ones I've seen. I've seen the Miss Piggy one with Fonzie.
It's just unreal. They're on, like, it's just so
Somewhat
quick.
quick, yeah.
And now you got the AI, so it's. But that's now in popular culture. That's not going to go away.
And then we changed it. What gets me is there was millions there people there, but he just went on them two.
But if he had just acted natural, and they would have gone, because they acted so, you know, shady. You know what I mean?
But you just thought, hang on a minute, did he set up because of how many couples that were there? Somebody actually knows to say to them, get that camera on them. Because it, just like you said, it was very dodgy.
Very dodgy. Josh, would you like to take a selfie with? Yes. Yeah. I think he wants a selfie. Or do you want a signed, or do you want a selfie?
Oh, this is hard. Selfie.
Do you want a selfie? You'd like a selfie?
I've always wanted.
But when it comes down,
All right.
I've always wanted to meet a Star Wars actor.
Yeah. So do you want to pay for a selfie then? It's a tenner.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So we're going to get a selfie, which is...
Have you had a good day?
Yeah, I had a really good day.
Look, he came with the cash.
Yeah.
He had cash. He's more cash than me.
I'm a shopaholic.
Are you? What you ain't mainly into Star Wars, Marvel, Pokemon, everything?
Yeah.
Everything.
I'm really into Marvel.
Marvel, what's your favourite?
Venom.
Oh yeah, my daughter makes the Black Panther. Oh, she loves the black and the red guy. Who's the red guy?
Carnage.
Yeah, I love
But he draws. He draws.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Do you mind if I show you them?
No, fine, yeah.
What have you?